Everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be explaining to you about hazard setters in Pokemon competitive battling. So what we are going to be doing is we are going to be covering what a hazard setter is, and sorry, I didn't mute my YouTube. Okay, that's embarrassing. But yeah, we're going to be covering what a hazard setter is and how they affect the game. This is going to be a quick video just explaining what a hazard setter is and how to... sorry, I'm just going to set up the stream a sec. I need to edit the description to add my usual description in. I can't actually do that until I go live, sadly. And basically, so we are going to be explaining what a hazard setter is and what impact they have on the battle. So here we have 5 of the most common hazard setters in the game, and also one of these is a way to counteract opposing hazard setters. So here we have Groudon. So in Ubers, there are 2 most common hazard setters. Welcome to the stream, guys. Sorry. Welcome Taiwan, welcome Marie, and welcome Turtle. So thank you for coming out to my stream today. So as I said, we're going to be explaining what a hazard setter is and the impact it has on a game. So here we have Groudon and Ferrothorn. These 2 are the most common hazard setters in the Uber format. So I should explain what a hazard setter is first. So moves like Stealth Rock, Spikes, Toxic Spike, and Toxic Spikes are all effects that will happen when something switches in. So what we call these are hazards, because they are entry hazards. So Stealth Rock will deal damage based on rock weakness. So it does more damage the weaker you are to rock. Spikes is a stackable effect which can have up to 3 layers. These do not affect anything that flies or has levitate, but they can do a lot more damage than Stealth Rock can. While Toxic Spikes poisons a Pokemon on entry as long as it doesn't have flying or levitate, or gives it the toxic status if you've managed to use Toxic Spikes twice. Then you've got moves like Rapid Spin, which will just eliminate any hazards. So we call that an anti-hazard Pokemon. This is an effect that will majorly impact the battle if you can set it up correctly. So here we have Pokemon that are able to do that. So the reason you run Groudon and Ferrothorn is they are bulky enough to survive an attack. This allows you to set up at least 1 layer. So because you can set up probably only 1 layer, welcome Boss Plot, you only run Stealth Rock. If you can guarantee you can set up 2, maybe 3, you run Spikes and Stealth Rock. So then you have a choice of, if you're up against a Pokemon that can take you out easily and quickly, you use Stealth Rock. If you're against something that you can survive a few turns, then you use Spikes. So these are a tactical way of battling. Just if you are going to be running these, then you want to be cautious of Rapid Spin. So before I started this live stream, I did a bit of research, and there were 2 Pokemon that are commonly used to stop Pokemon that use Rapid Spin from affecting your hazards. So these are both ghost types, and they are Jellicent and Gengar. I'm not even going to search them up because I don't really want to build that set on stream. I'd rather do that off stream and explain those in a different video. So for now, we're going to focus on these 4 Pokemon by here. So I've made these move sets ready to show you guys. So here we have Groudon. So the idea of Groudon is you use Stealth Rock first. If you are still able to survive another attack, then you have choice of, do I want to kill the active Pokemon using Precipice Blades or Lava Plume, or would I rather use Roar and just switch it out? So the conditions in which you change this is if you're up against a Pokemon that has set up, say, a Sword Stance, you'll use Roar to try to switch it out and eliminate that setup. You've just made it waste a move, and you forced out a Pokemon you didn't want, as well as doing damage with Stealth Rock. Hey Ace Trainer Aislinn. Oh yeah, guys, if you don't mind, can someone share out the stream? I didn't get a chance to do that. I was too busy setting up this, and I didn't get a chance to actually share the stream. Thank you, Aislinn. So yeah, the idea of this is it gives you options of what you want to do, and it's actually this moveset that caused Groudon to be put into Ubers in the first place. People quickly noticed how good of a Stealth Rock setter it was, even without the Red Orb. So sometimes you'll find that people won't use a Red Orb. Instead, they'll use Leftovers. So what this will do is it'll heal you, giving you even more time to attack with your Precipice Blades or your Roar. The Ferrothorn doesn't have the option of Mega or Primal Evolution, so it's almost always going to have Leftovers. But if you're going to substitute Leftovers with anything... So let me just see if I can zoom in. There we go. So if you're going to substitute Leftovers with anything, it's probably going to be either Gracium Z or Rockium Z. Rockium Z will boost your defense when you use Stealth Rock. Gracium Z will eliminate any negative conditions on you when you use Leech Seed, as well as give you a powerful attack with Power Whip. Something which you might have noticed is Ferrothorn, Skarmory, and Tentacruel, and even Forretress all have Protect. Now the reason for this is it gives you a chance to use Protect first and see what your opponent's going to do. This then gives you the option of, okay, so I'm going to be taken out in a single hit, which means I want to get Power Whip off, or I'm going to be able to survive a few turns, so first I'll set up a Leech Seed, then a Stealth Rock, allowing me to slowly chip away at the opposing Pokemon's health. Hey, Mistian. This is different, however, on Skarmory. So with Protect, it's not a necessity because you've got Sturdy. So if you didn't want to run Protect, this is actually one of my favorite setup Pokemon. You can substitute it for Whirlwind. Now, the reason that you can substitute it for Whirlwind is, similarly to Groudon, you can then force your opponent to switch into a Pokemon that isn't necessarily good against you. This means that you can actually sort of play with your opponent and make them have to make that bad decisions. Tentacruel is different. So, similar to Forretress, Tentacruel is another Pokemon with Rapid Spin. So the reason for this is... yeah, sorry Marie. It's sometimes I do battling lessons and teaching people how to be a better battler. While other times I'll just use Showdown and just to let people battle me and do a bit more interactive. This is a less interactive stream, but maybe people will learn from it, and that's what I kind of wanted to do with this channel, is teach people, as well as give them an option of battling. Hey Strings! Okay, so with Tentacruel and Forretress, they both set up a hazard, as well as get rid of your opposing Pokemon's hazards. So these give you the option of eliminate a threat of a hazard, or well, that's good then, Marie. You'll learn a lot from this channel, hopefully. Specifically, I'm gonna go over a bit more complicated strategies, which I felt like I've noticed a lot that people don't understand what a hazard setter is, which is what I wanted to do here. So I figured I'd explain it. There is one hazard which I haven't covered in this video, and that's because it doesn't see as much play. That would be, so there's a hazard that actually slows your opponent down, which is Sticky Web. So it puts a web around your opponent, and this will slow the opponent down when they switch in. Now I didn't cover that one because it doesn't see as much play. Thanks, Aislinn. But yeah, so with Fortress and Tentacool, they play different roles. So Fortress is a threat on its own with Earthquake, as well as stopping the opponent's setters with Rapid Spin. And then you can yourself set up with Stealth Rock, and Protect gives you an idea of what you need to do, because you've got 3 different options. So you'd use Protect, see what your opponent's trying to do, and then react to that. So Fortress is very much a reactive Pokemon, where these are all setups. And then Tentacool is very unique, where it's literally the only idea you want to do is you want to stall them. So you use Toxic Spikes, and then you kill the active Pokemon with Scold. This forces them to switch in, and Rapid Spin allows you to do the same as what Fortress does, where it stops your opponent setters in their tracks, and then Protect to give you the option of, well, I need to know what I need to do. So that's the reason for Protect on here. Now, if you might have noticed, it's got the ability Rain Dish, but yet it doesn't have the move Rain Dance. This is because you want to be able to have the option of working out what your opponent's going to do. So you send out a Drizzle Pokemon, and then switch into your Tentacool. Usually, the Pokemon to go with Tentacool, surprising to most, is going to be Pelipper. Let me just get Pelipper up a sec. Here we go. So, Pelipper has Drizzle, and can also set up itself. And I'm going to actually build this right here on screen for you guys. So, one of the most popular ones which I've seen is actually, and this is going to surprise a lot of people, and this is what I've seen the most. So you'd have Stockpile to start off with. This is going to be the move that's going to set you up. You're going to build up your defenses and hit them with Hydro Pump. Then, through the fact that you're stockpiling, you can also run Rest. Now this will put you to sleep for a few turns, but you don't mind that. And then the last move, which is going to be able to help out your Tentacool, is you'll run Tailwind. And as well, to help out your Tentacool, you'll have Damp Rock on your Pelipper. This means that your Drizzle is going to last 8 turns guaranteed. Welcome Savage. Yeah, I had to make Marie a mod. I trust Marie a lot, and I felt like it's only fair that she's made a mod. Right, okay, thank you for showing up, Boss Plot. But yeah, so with the Pelipper, the idea is you're going to make the Drizzle last 8 turns. And you're going to set up on the first turn, usually, a Tailwind. Now, Hydro Pump is here because it's going to hit with the fact that you're in Drizzle. And then Rest is to heal you up, while Stockpile lets you last longer. So, yeah, we hit 27. Yay! The next sub goal is actually going to be 50, guys. So, if we do hit 50 by the end of January, I am going to do a giveaway of a 5 IV Ferrothorn or a 5 IV Skarmory. I haven't decided yet. It's probably going to be, because of this video, Skarmory, and the Skarmory is going to be having the right stats to support this current moveset that you see on screen here. I will put on it the egg move for Whirlwind. However, I will be replacing that with Protect. So it will be able to relearn Whirlwind, as well as being able to be leveled up to learn it itself. So this Skarmory you see on the screen here is the one I will be giving away if we hit 50 by the end of January. Okay? Oh, thank you, Asen. Actually, that would be quite helpful. So if I just put the stats onto Pelipper now. Now, this is going to be a really bad battle. It's not set out in a normal team. But I just wanted to demonstrate how a hazard works. So, Asen, if you don't mind jumping online, I've explained the team now on screen. So, it would be a good idea to show you how it works in a battle. So, as you see here now, it is a physically defense. All of these are actually physically defensive, and the reason for that is because the main thing you need to defend against are physical Pokemon, and then they've got a HP of HP at max, so they can last the most hits. Aiden, this is going to be an Ubers battle, okay? So let me just switch this to Ubers and validate it, okay? There you go. So Aiden's has kindly volunteered to do a demonstration battle for you guys, so you can see how this team will work. So I can lead with whatever Pokemon I want to in this situation because they all do the same job. But I'm probably going to lead. So let me just explain to Aiden. Yeah, so Pelipper is the obvious lead. This will allow me to set up for going straight into Tentacruel, and then from Tentacruel on I'll probably go into Groudon, followed by Skarmory, depending on the situation. So a lot of this is going to be dependent on what my opponent does, which is the idea of the Pokemon as an individual. They are powerful, powerful Pokemon. Oh, actually, everyone left. Okay. But yeah, so they are powerful, powerful Pokemon, but they will have weaknesses of their own. Now, the weakness of their own is the fact that they cannot kill on sight. You're not that bad, Marie. And besides, you'll learn from watching these videos. That's what I want to do, is teach people. Yeah, so I'm hoping you guys will learn from watching these videos how to battle better. I'm actually thinking about in each stream trying to do a demonstration battle. Yeah, that's what I mean, Strings. It's a learning experience for everyone. I myself have actually learned something today already, which is that Groudon does not always have a leftovers. Until today, I didn't realize that Groudon sometimes has Red Orb. I do prefer leftovers myself. Oh, I should probably just check first. Yeah, Ferrothorn had his item taken off it. Sorry. Leftovers. Okay, so I'm just going to jump into this battle now. I'll be willing to help you improve on that if you want to, Marie. If you send me the Pokemon list, I will have a look over it and see where I can help you improve. Okay, so here we go. So first I'm going to look at my opponent's team, and I see the first thing I see is actually the Zoroark. This means that it's going to be tricky for me to know what I need to switch into unless I hit it first. So I'm going to start off with a Pelipper, and we're going to see what we have to react to. So I'm going to try to set up a Tailwind. If this is a Klinklang, it's going to have an electric type move. It's not a Klinklang. This tells me straight away that I am facing a Zekrom. So it has knocked off my Damp Rock, which means the rain might only last for 4 turns. Now, I'm going to just make sure it is a... Okay, so I missed, which is bad, but the Shadow Ball now tells me I am certain that this is a Zoroark. There we go. So it's going to use Shadow Ball. It's going to take me down to 4 health. I'm actually going to heal up here. Tailwind will only last for 1 more turn. So the idea I'm going to go by here is I'm going to stall my opponent as much as I can. Okay, they've weakened my special defense, which makes me want to switch in. Which I'm going to choose to switch in, yeah, I'm going to choose to switch in here, and I'm going to switch into a Ferrothorn. Hey, Phoenix is lit. So we're learning here today about what a hazard setter is, and how they impact the game. So because this opponent is on 5%, I can afford to go Stealth Rock. Okay, so she used Flamethrower. Now I'm going to use Protect and just see if she's going to use Flamethrower again. I think she is, and she actually used Detect, which is good for me because it now lets me go Leech Seed. I don't want to waste a... Right, okay, so she takes out my Ferrothorn. That's okay because the rain has gone, and I'm going to switch into Pelipper again. The reason I switched into Pelipper is because of the rain. So I'm going to switch again now into Tentacle. And Tentacle is actually going to heal straight away twice. Now because of the rain, I'm able to go and use Toxic Spikes here. Okay, so she's knocked off my Black Sludge. So I'm not too concerned about the Black Sludge as long as I've got the rain out. It's going to let me get 2 Toxic Spikes off. And once I got the 2 Toxic Spikes off, I'm not concerned about what happens in the slightest. I'm going to use Protect just to stall for 1 more turn. Okay, she's using Shadow Ball. I'm actually just going to finish off with Scold. And just force the next Pokemon to come in. So the next Pokemon that comes in is going to be Toxic, as well as take damage from the Stealth Rocks. There we go. Toxic Poison and damage from Stealth Rocks. I'm going to use Protect just to see what the first attack is going to be. Freeze Dry. Okay, so that tells me she's got a super effective attack on me already. And with me being at 0.67 special defense, I am actually going to switch out into something that's strong against ice. Now that just happens to be Forretress. She managed to freeze me, surprisingly. That's a bit annoying because it doesn't let me really explain about this. So the reason I switched into Forretress is because of Earthquake and the fact that I was resistant to ice. Okay, I thought out straight away, which is good. So now she's using Blizzard. That tells me straight away she doesn't really have anything strong in this matchup. I like the sound of that because it means that I can be a bit safer in what I use. Because this now should kill it. Yeah. So, as you can see, the team isn't bad as it is. Okay. Thank you, Strings. Thank you for coming out. Thank you, and thank you for the kind words. Also, don't forget to hit that bell icon if you do want to come back. It really helps out knowing that people want to see these videos. It's going to help me make more videos like this. Eventually I'm going to cover each different type of build. and I'm going to try to focus on them in individual videos. These streams are going to be shorter than the battle ones, but that's literally because they are only information. So I'm seeing that I don't really need to set up a stealth rock because I've already got one set up. I can use protect here to see what my opponent's going to do. Focus blast. Yeah, I'm trying to get a new laptop. Phoenix is lit, so I can actually start streaming with OBS. At the minute, I'm holding up my phone and streaming through my phone. I'm going to use Earthquake here because I don't want to waste a Rapid Spin. I want to do more damage, which is what Earthquake does. And it's got 100% accuracy, same as Rapid Spin. Rapid Spin has 20 power. But it doesn't really affect the fact that I don't have anything on me. So if I had any hazards, I would use Rapid Spin, eliminate those hazards. But as it is, I've got 100 power Earthquake here. And it's actually super effective as well. So you always want to pay attention to little details like that, because they can make the big difference in winning and losing. So as you can see, because of these Pokemon's movesets, they are hazard setters, but they also have ways of dealing damage on their own. The only exception to this is Skarmory. And that's because Skarmory is purely there for taking a few hits and then setting up a spikes. It's the only one on this team, and in case you haven't noticed, that actually has spikes. Ferrothorn can substitute Stealth Rock for spikes if you have a Stealth Rock setter on your team. So these are the actual hazard setters can be split into two different. The main ones can be split into two different types of Pokemon. You've got the rock setters and you've got the spike setters. I know they're ironically named, but the reason they're named like that is actually because of what they do. I'm going to switch into Tentacool here just so I can get a single Scald off, or at least try to. And these are really important because if you can get a rock setter out and set up the rocks, you don't need to use spikes. So it takes a very specific team setup to want to run both. And that's why I like Skarmory, because it runs both on its own, but it needs to support of the rest of the team. So if you're going to run Skarmory, you want to run it with support. So when I run it, I tend to run it with defensive Pokemon, at least one, sometimes two. And I only really run it in a double battle. So Skarmory does not work in singles. It only works in a double battle. These are little bits of information, but they are quite important to the way that the game will play. Okay, so I lose my Tentacool, and that's fine. I'm just going to set up Pelipper here and see if Pelipper will wake up. I want to set up the Drizzle again, and I'm going to try to set up a Tailwind at the same time. After this battle, guys, I'm going to be ending the stream because there's not really much more information I can give you. All the information is already here. So Pelipper is going to be covered again in next week's video. I'm going to try to make these a video that I do on a Sunday. So Sunday is going to be my quiet days, and so are Saturdays. If I get a chance to, I will do both Saturday and Sunday as a team building and advice on a Saturday, and a strategy video on a Sunday. The rest of the week will be dedicated to battling my viewers. I know that's going to be quite exciting to some people, and it'll be really nice because you'll get to learn about how to battle, because I will talk all the way through the video and give you commentary on why I'm doing certain moves. This commentary is going to then help you improve on how you battle and hopefully make it easier for you. So I know Groudon's going to switch in the sun here. Now that's also going to be explained in another video as well. So some of these Pokemon will cross over because they do certain things. I actually made a mistake there and misclicked. You cannot set up more than one Stealth Rock. So the move I meant to use was actually Lava Plume. So if they cross over, there's a reason for it. And that's because they do two jobs at the same time. These are commonly considered the best Pokemon if they can do multiple things. Now, here's where a setter gets bad. If they get down to their last Pokemon, you cannot harm them with your setting moves, and that makes them bad. Thank you, Aislinn, for the battle. So, yeah. As you can see there, this is what the team is built to do. It's built to set up a hazard that makes them take damage. This makes them switching in really difficult. And if it's difficult to switch in, it tends to limit your opponent's choices. Now, thank you for this for showing up. I know this is a very quick stream. GG Aislinn. Thank you so much, Phoenix is lit. So yeah, sorry for this being such a quick stream. It's really not something that can go on for an hour or two. It's a explanation video, and I hope you learnt something today. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon to be notified about when I go live. And if you want to see playthrough videos, I'm afraid I don't do those on this stream. However, in every single video that I upload, there will be links to 5 different YouTubers. These 5 YouTubers are the ones that gave me my inspiration to start this channel. They are amazing, and please show them your support. We will now be raiding because this is a live stream, and I want to just raid someone. Does anyone have any suggestions? If you do, post them in the chat, and I'll be sure to check them out. The raid hashtag is actually just my name with raid on the end. So I'm just going to quickly pop that in the chat. Hashtag Alice the Ferrothorn raid. I know it's not very creative, but it tells people who's raiding, and it also basically was quick and easy in the first stream. Please copy and paste this, and then we will go on a raid. Okay, so if you have, I don't think I have anyone who is currently live in my notifications. No. Okay, so we'll just be raiding someone random. Sorry about all the shaking, guys. Let's just see. Sometimes this will show some people. No, doesn't look like I can find anyone who is currently live. So maybe if someone else has any suggestions. Thank you, Aislinn. Oh, that's sad, Marie. Alright, okay. So, we can't find anyone who is live. So, I'll tell you what. We will not raid today. But I am doing a live stream tomorrow. Apple Code. Who is Apple Code? Oh, right. So, Aislinn actually has someone. But yeah, tomorrow is my New Year's stream. I plan to go live, battling my viewers from 10 o'clock right through till midnight. I'll be doing 2.5 hours, and we will be battling for the entire 2.5 hours. Okay, so this person is actually doing a live Kyogre shiny hunt. So this is one of Aislin's friends, and I trust Aislinn to send me a PG stream. So I'm going to put this link in the chat, and then we will all go over and put the hashtag in his chat, okay? You got Ferrothorn in the battle agency. Well, I can tell you it's not mine because I don't have Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon yet. So thank you all for showing up, and I hope you have a nice evening. I'll catch some of you on Discord, and to those I don't, have a good night. Bye! Right.